Everyone feels strong emotions sometimes. They can rise fast and knock us off balance. What if we could have just 3 seconds to pause? In those moments, we can choose calm. We can find space to act with care. That tiny pause can change everything. It can help us stay true to our values. It can help us connect with our deeper wisdom. It can bring more peace every day. In life, we meet many triggers. A harsh word can sting. A sudden loss can shock. A long delay can frustrate. In each case, we feel heat in our chest. We feel tightness in our throat. We feel pressure in our head. We may want to lash out. We may want to run away. We may want to freeze. The core idea is simple. We name it the 3-second pause. In that small space, we interrupt the rush. We catch the mind before it sails away. We watch the coming wave of feeling. We give ourselves a moment of choice. We avoid falling into old habits. We avoid regret later. We train gentle awareness of what is real. We train kindness toward ourselves. We train trust in our own clarity. That pause builds a bridge. It links raw reaction with wise response. It lets us see the true face of what matters. It lets us see the fleeting nature of stress. It lets us see the ground of inner calm. It gives us back our power. It frees us from blind patterns. It guides us back to what we value. It reminds us of shared human need for peace. It awakens something gentle within. It plants a seed of lasting presence. It offers a taste of deep freedom. It shows that real strength is calm strength. It proves that power is in choice. It leads to greater wisdom. It leads to deeper compassion. It leads to a life lived on purpose. That is the core idea in simple form. It takes just 3 seconds. It can change everything, interrupting the automatic response. Our mind often moves on autopilot. We carry habits of reaction. We see a trigger. We replay a pattern. We repeat the same mistake. We feel regret then. We wonder why we did it again. The trick is to press the mental brake. In 3 seconds, we stop the wheel. We choose to hold back. We hold our tongue. We soften our posture. We loosen a fist. We ease our shoulders. We prevent the mind from speeding off. We block the chain of thought that leads to regret. We open a gap between stimulus and reaction. That gap is like a pause in a song. It gives shape to the next note. It changes the melody of our life. We tip our attention to the space between moments. We notice the shift before it becomes loud. We smell the fresh air before the storm arrives. We feel the ground beneath our feet before we stumble. We allow ourselves to stay present. We allow our heart to breathe. We allow our true self to speak. We strengthen the muscle of choice. We build new grooves of response. We replace the habit of yelling with the habit of breathing. We replace the habit of fleeing with the habit of grounding. We replace the habit of blaming with the habit of listening. We map a new path step by step. We use the 3-second window as a daily practice. Day by day, we grow more skillful. We grow more free. We grow more kind. Interrupting our autopilot rewires our mind gently. It rewires our relationship slowly. It leads us toward a life of clarity. Creating space for thought. In the heat of emotion, the mind can feel small. Thoughts rush like cars on a busy road. We get stuck in a tunnel of feeling. We lose sight of a bigger view. The 3-second trick carves out a clearing. It creates fresh air for thought. It stops the cars long enough to see the sky. In that pause, we remember that no feeling lasts forever. We remember that every emotion has a shape. We remember that every wave has a crest and a trough. We remember that every pattern can shift. We can step off the rushing road. We can stand on solid ground. We can breathe in wide space. We can look around with clear eyes. We can sense our body and breath first. Then we can notice our thoughts and feelings. In that open field, we can be curious. We ask, what is really happening? We ask, what do I need right now? We ask, what is the kindest way forward? We replace old judgments with fresh interest. We replace old fears with gentle wonder. We replace old tension with soft presence. That breathing room leads to wise insight. It helps us see a new path. It helps us find gentle courage. It helps us meet others with open hearts. It helps us meet life with open minds. Creating space for thought is a small act, yet it can transform any moment into a doorway. That doorway leads us back to calm waters. Focusing on physical sensations. Emotions live in the body first. We feel tension in our jaw. We sense heat in our cheeks. We sense tightness in our chest. We sense flutter in our belly. We notice restlessness in our legs. When the mind races, we can return to the body. In 3 seconds, we draw our attention down. We place our hand gently on the chest. We soften our gaze. We let the jaw relax. We let the shoulders drop. We let the breath find its natural rhythm. We widen our awareness to include the body's signals. Each sensation becomes a friend with a message. Tightness asks for care. Heat asks for ease. Flutter asks for kindness. Restlessness asks for grounding. By tuning in, we stop the flood of mental chatter. We open to the intelligence of the body. We learn that every feeling has a shape and texture. We learn that each wave will pass. We learn that each signal points to a need. We translate tension into rest. We translate heat into coolness. We translate rush into calm. We translate worry into presence. We align with our own nature. We align with the wisdom that lies beneath thought. Focusing on the body is a simple way to find refuge from overwhelm. It is a direct path to clear seeing and steady action. Taking a deep breath. Breath is a gentle anchor. It is always with us. We often forget it. We often race with short, shallow breaths. In 3 seconds, we can pause and breathe deeper. We draw a full inhale slowly through the nose. We fill the lungs bottom to top. We keep the exhale long and smooth. In and out, in and out. That deep breathing resets the mind. It slows the heart. It releases tension in the muscles. It signals safety to the nervous system. It reminds us that we are alive in this moment. Each breath becomes a small homecoming. We come back to the present. We come back to ourselves. We come back to what matters most. That single breath can shift our mood. It can clear our vision. It can open our heart. It can free our mind. It can transform a wave of anger into cool reflection. It can transform panic into steady care. It can transform despair into calm trust. We carry that breath in the pocket of our mind. We return to it whenever we need. With practice, it becomes second nature. We breathe our way through any storm. We breathe our way to clarity. We breathe our way to peace. Labeling the emotion. When feeling arises, we often get caught in it. We call it bad or wrong. We push it away or get lost in it. In 3 seconds, we can name the feeling. We say quietly in mind, anger, fear, sadness, frustration, or stress. That simple act puts a gap between us and the feeling. It reminds us we are not the feeling. We are the observer. We are the space in which the feeling arises and passes. We see the shape of the feeling more clearly. We see its edges and colors. We see its movement. We see how long it lasts. When we label with kindness, we avoid getting tangled. We avoid amplifying with stories of self-blame. We avoid drifting into regret or worry. We stop judging. We start learning. We learn what each feeling wants. We learn what each opens while blocking. We learn what each can teach. We learn to meet feelings with curiosity instead of fear. We learn to treat ourselves with compassion. We learn that every wave can pass with time and care. Labeling the emotion is a simple key to awareness. It unlocks a door to freedom. Choosing a different response. Reaction is often the default. Pause gives us a chance to choose. We remember that our voice can be gentle, our tone can be kind, our action can be helpful. In 3 seconds, we see that we have options. We can speak words that heal. We can take steps that build bridges. We can offer help instead of blame. We can look for a win-win instead of a battle. We can extend patience instead of impatience. We can hold space instead of shutting down. We can invite connection instead of fueling conflict. We can invite understanding instead of fueling ignorance. We can act from a place of care. We can lead with compassion. We can stay true to our values. We can honor the deeper wisdom within. We can make each moment a chance to heal. Choosing a different response transforms the story. It rewrites the ending of every interaction. It reshapes our relationships. It reshapes our life. It reshapes our world. Every reaction sets ripples in motion. Words once spoken cannot be unsaid. Actions once taken cannot be undone. Regret can weigh heavily. In 3 seconds, we can glance ahead. We can see where anger might lead us. We can see where harshness might hurt someone we care about. We can see where impatience might close a door. We can see where kindness might open a path. We can imagine the best outcome. We can imagine the worst. We can choose the seed we want to plant. We can choose whether to water it with harm or with care. That small glimpse of future ripples guides wise action. It reminds us of the preciousness of human life and connection. It reminds us that our choices matter. It reminds us that every moment can be an offering of peace. It reminds us that we are co-creating the world with each breath. The mind grows strong through practice. A muscle only gains power when used. In 3 seconds, we pause again and again. Each time we press the pause button, we strengthen our skill. We find it easier the next time. We find it more natural. We find it more immediate. We carry that calm into daily tasks. Over lunch, we pause before reacting to a missed call. On the drive, we pause before honking at slow traffic. With family, we pause before snapping over a small issue. With ourselves, we pause before giving in to doubt. With everyone we meet, we pause before judging. Step by step, we build a habit of presence. We build a habit of choice. We build a habit of compassion. We transform our life one pause at a time. This practice is a journey. Each moment is a chance to begin again. The 3-second trick is simple. It is not magic. It is not perfect. It is a tool. It helps us get in touch with our inner guide. It helps us meet life with gentleness. It helps us walk the path of true freedom. It helps us act from love instead of fear. It helps us stay true to what matters most. It is a starting point for anyone who wants to live with more clarity, anyone who wants to treat themselves with care, anyone who wants to treat others with kindness. It opens the door. The rest is up to us. With each breath, we step forward. With each heartbeat, we choose peace. With each pause, we remember who we really are.